Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about Palantir Technologies stock, ticker symbol PLTR. We will begin by discussing Palantir's history, about how they got founded. We will talk about their growth prospects, PLTR stock price targets, price predictions, their fair value estimates, and of course we will perform some Palantir stock analysis to determine if PLTR is still a good buying opportunity right now. Remember to go and press the like button right now for more PLTR stock news updates. Comment down below your Palantir stock price predictions, turn on all subscription notifications to stay informed, and now let's get right into today's stories. Investors are very excited about Palantir because of the opportunity that this company possesses. Palantir Technologies is known for their artificial intelligence and deep data analytics for commercial customers as well as government clients. I also want to discuss a little bit of the history behind this company because the idea and purpose of the creation of this company is absolutely amazing. Back when PayPal was getting started, one of its co-founders named Peter Thiel, who was an extremely accomplished investor, was talking with Stephen Cohen back in 2004, and this is what Cohen said, and I quote, "Let's take some of the ideas from the PayPal anti-fraud platform and let's try to generalize them to solve the country's counter-terrorism problem, and we'll start by selling it directly to the US government. And while we're at it, let's solve the generalized enterprise information management platforms that are out there. Let's help big enterprises use a Silicon Valley approach to understanding their data." And this was back in 2013 when Cohen said this. And as we know, this idea has come through because this is exactly what Palantir Technologies does for the US government as well as commercial enterprises. Palantir's technology also has fantastic use cases when it comes to the finance space, which has led to the opportunity for Palantir to develop AI that directly benefits fintech companies. Palantir's Foundry platform has also helped innovative blockchain companies like Elementis, and Palantir also works directly with the IRS along with other banking institutions that are revolutionizing the finance space through cryptocurrencies and smart contracts. What most people and investors don't know is that the technology that Palantir has developed for their government clients is very close to the technology for commercial finance clients, because both technologies need to be extremely secure. Even a company such as Credit Suisse has used Palantir to help them analyze risk and fraud through data processing of hundreds of systems across their operations. Another thing that investors might not realize about Palantir is that Palantir's goal is not to try to get single customers, but rather become the main operating system for the entire industry, which is why they created their Gotham platform, which is trying to become the default operating system for the whole US government. Palantir is also utilizing their extensive network of partnerships, which includes the likes of Airbus and Skywise, and this has led to Palantir working with over 100 airlines. Palantir has also recently launched Foundry for Crypto, which exposes them to a gigantic cryptocurrency market. Palantir's Foundry platform can also work with a multitude of different blockchains, which allow Palantir to use their data to provide user insights to companies so they can provide more targeted based ads and products to those customers. Through this process, Palantir can dig into data from the blockchain to learn about individuals, and this allows Palantir to determine if this person is acting maliciously, because companies who use or want to use crypto need secure solutions that can provide the company good data on their customers, and this is ultimately for the customer's benefit, as well as this same software stops fraudulent transactions from taking place, and it also identifies fraudulent activities. Palantir is so good at identifying fraud that the IRS has used Palantir since 2013, and they continue to give PLTR new contracts. For example, the IRS has recently granted Palantir almost a $20 million contract in just the last 12 months. The reason the IRS highly values Palantir's technology is because of their recent launch of their operation, which is named Operation Hidden Gems, which back in May is an initiative to track down taxpayers who have not disclosed or reported their cryptocurrency gains, and this is an ongoing operation at the IRS. The IRS is very heavily involved with crypto fraud, and just this past year, they have seized over $3.5 billion. Now, if you recall in a previous video, I walked through the process of how analysts calculate the fair value price of a stock, and what my personal fair value price target is for PLTR. I came up with $31 per share, and that's my personal fair value price for Palantir stock. But now I want to walk you through a separate process to see if we arrive at the same answer as we did last time, so you can see if our results match. And if they do match, that means PLTR is extremely undervalued right now. If you didn't know, the fair value of a stock is what the stock should be trading at right now, or at least that's what the stock and company is worth when you divide it by their shares, and it takes into consideration their assets among a few other things. Also on screen are the assumptions we're going to make before we start this calculation, so let's begin. For this method, we're going to use the L.A. Stevens valuation model. So we have the ticker symbol as PLTR, we have the current stock price at $20 per share, and when we calculate the present value, it comes out to $36.88, which is give or take a 45% increase from the stock's current price. However, we still need to account for the change in shares outstanding, and we're going to put that as 20%. So we're going to still have our current stock price at $20, and when we calculate the present value of the company right now, it's $31.26, which on average is a 36% price increase, which is still really good. So Palantir has a fair value price of approximately $31, just like we estimated last time in our last model, which we used the discounted free cash flow model. And this means that Palantir is extremely undervalued right now, but to determine if we should invest into the stock right now, we're actually going to see what Palantir should be worth over the next 10 years at very conservative price targets and estimates. You can read the quote on screen if you want, but this data is going to be very informative, especially if someone wants or currently is a long-term investor into the PLTR stock. Now, please keep in mind, these are conservative estimates, and the PLTR stock price can definitely beat these estimates that we're about to go through. However, still, I think this is going to be very informative for some people. The reason why this is going to be eye-opening for some people, because a lot of people have unrealistic expectations for the returns they're going to get from the market or a single stock, and when we put all of our assumptions into the calculation and formula, we get a $132.45 price target for PLTR over the next 10 years. I personally think it's a fine price target, and I have no problems with it, and I also want to add that this company is risky because it needs to grow into its valuation and its multiples. Along with it also faces competition from companies like Amazon, which launched their Amazon's managed blockchain business in 2018, and Palantir also faces competition from startup companies like Chain Analysis, which has automated the process of monitoring crypto transactions for irregularities. But this only hinders Palantir in the blockchain space. However, with that being said, I think that Palantir will start to obtain a large portion of the addressable market when it comes to government contracting, blockchain, and fintech. Also, Palantir has amazing AI and big data analytics capabilities, which will allow basically any company to improve their operations or make critical decisions. But because Palantir is trading at around $18 to $20 right now, I would rate it as a strong buy for both long-term investors or even potential swing traders, because this is a great opportunity. We should also keep in mind, however, that Palantir's technology is actually 5 years ahead of their competitors and the overall market. Even the COO said this, and I quote, "Once again, we are building 5 years ahead of the market, software shamans building technology that will meet its moment. With our latest investments, you will be able to develop streaming pipelines in Foundry that you then package up, version, and continuously deploy to edge compute infrastructure, be it a Humvee, a satellite, a 5G base station, to enable real-time processing of large amounts of data in a decentralized, efficient manner." End quote. So this is all fantastic news, and I am very excited for the future of this company, because I also think that analysts will notice that they are wrong in their price targets, because even the highest price targets are either around or still lower than their fair value price. So I think analysts will eventually change their mind on this. Also, I do think it's rather odd, but this has happened with other stocks in the past, that it doesn't even matter if good news comes out about Palantir, the stock kept falling. But however, the stock is not the company, and the company is not the stock. As you can see on screen, I have a bulleted list of 4 new news articles that have come out about Palantir, and they were all very good news. However, it still seems that the stock price is falling. However, this is good news for long-term investors or investors that haven't even gotten into the stock yet, because comparatively, this stock is very cheap, especially when we compare it to their fair value, which we calculated in this video. But I want to hear what you think. Comment your thoughts down below. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.